Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. I've got these cute little treat packages to share with you in this video, and it's a matchbox style box and has one of these chocolate treats inside. I've used Calypso Coral card and some of the Playing with Patterns 6x6 inch designer series paper. I made 2 of these so far and I just want to show you how I put them together. Starting off with a piece of card that measures 5.5 inches by 3.25 inches. All you need to do is to score that on each side at 3/4 of an inch. So you can either use scoring board as I am, or your paper trimmer using the scoring blade on that. So same all 4 sides, 3/4 of an inch. So that's super easy. Just reinforce these lines. And all I'm doing is cutting at the side of those score lines, nice and straight on that rectangle, and then I can chop in to these square tabs. Like so. Okay, and then just turning that round and doing exactly the same at the other end. So straight up the side of that score line on the rectangle and chop in to the squares, and that will just help get a much neater edge when we fold it together. Simple enough to do. We just add some glue to that tab and then bring that up and get a nice neat edge there, and do the same on the other corners. Just holding that in place for a couple of seconds just to make sure you've got it. A little bit of glue on that tab, do the same there. And finally, the last one. And then you've got your little tray that you can put your treat in, like so. I've taken a piece of the 6x6 designer series paper and I have trimmed that down to 4 1/8 of an inch. The length of this tray is 4 inches, but I just wanted a tiny little bit extra, which you can see on these completed ones, just so that it's a wee bit easier. Now, what I forgot to do on this one is I'm just going to score it at 1 inch, just to get me started on this. Okay, and I'm going to have the join at the bottom, and because we're just using paper, it's much easier just to fold that over, make sure you've got it in line, and then just crease with your fingers along that edge then fold that over. Put it back to your box like that. You're happy with that. Then bring this one up and over, and just with your fingers crease where you want those score lines to be. So that was my next one. And my last one there. Okay. And I'm just simply wrapping that back around so that I've got my join on the bottom, in the middle there, and that is loosely fitted, not too tightly, so that you can slide it off. A little line of glue along that edge, little line of glue along there. Fold it over, and I like to ease it back just a little bit, just to make sure it's not too tight, and then it's a nice neat fit. It's not going to fall off, but it's not impossible to slide out. So for the decoration, I'm using the Oval Occasions stamp set, and this comes in a bundle with the double oval punch. So you've got a smaller one that is a smooth edge, and then you've got, it's not quite a scallop, it's more like a ruffle edge on there. So I just simply stamped that with Memento onto white card and used my stamping blends to colour. I used light Calypso Coral for the flower with dark Mango Melody in the centre. Used light Granny Apple Green for the leaves and light Soft Sea Foam for the grass on there. As I say, I punched it with this here. And for my sentiment, I also used a stamp from the same set that just says Sweet Friend onto a scrap of white card. And I used my classic label punch for that. Such a handy punch for all sorts of stamps. So as you see, I've got loops of ribbon coming out there. I've used the white crinkle seam binding ribbon, and I've made a rough and ready bow with pretty big loops, maybe not quite that big. Okay, and just chop that. So it's not the prettiest of bows, but that doesn't matter because I'm not really using it as a bow. I'm kind of gathering it together at the knot there, and I'm going to add that to the top of the box with mini glue dot. And I'm just going to put it on so that the loops are close to the end. I can trim the tails off if I wish. And I think I'll actually add another glue dot, which managed to stick to my thumb, just to hold that bit down as well. Chop those off. Just do that at an angle. There. one will go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Another one on for luck. The backing comes off really easily. Now I want to put that on but slightly further up so that I've still got plenty of room to add my little sentiment. Sweet friend. And there we have it. Cute little boxes with chocolate treats for Easter inside. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. There will be a link to my blog in the description bar below, and there you'll find links to all of the Stampin' Up products in my online shop, as well as a link to my blog that will have all of the dimensions and products I've used. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.